Kenzie.
Hi.
My name's Emily and I'll be your student therapist today. I understand that you're having some pain associated with osteoarthritis in your right hand.
Yes.
Is that correct? And that we're here to do a little bit of heat therapy prior to PT.
Yes.
Great. Have you ever done a paraffin dip before?
No.
So in this little hot box container thing, we have paraffin wax and mineral oil, and it's heated to about the temperature of a hot tub. But the paraffin wax, you'll dip your hand in here. The paraffin wax will slowly release heat into your hand, and it will help increase the mobility of those tissues and your joints in your hand. It also tends to bring blood to that area, kind of flush out any metabolic waste. It's really a healing therapeutic application of heat, and it doesn't go very deep, but it should just feel like very soothing, very relaxing, and help you move a lot easier afterwards. So does that sound good?
Yeah.
Are we excited about this today? Great. Before we start, I need to ask you a couple questions. I reviewed your history and your intake forms, but I need to confirm, do you have any cardiovascular injuries at the moment? Any bleeding issues that we're concerned about? So that looks like clotting or excessive bleeding?
No.
Any cancer?
No.
Great. And then you have full sensation in your hand. You don't have any nerve damage?
No.
Do you mind if I look at your hand? So we're just checking for any open wounds or places that the skin is compromised, and your hands look great. I'll have you take your rings off, and we'll really thoroughly wash our hands prior to dipping in the wax. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Great. And then, Kenzie, when you take a shower, you can fully feel the difference between like cold and hot water. You can feel cold and hot water now.
Yes.
Great. And then when you take a shower, do you like a hot shower or like a hot?
Hot.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I'm happy to take those for you. So when you put your hand in the wax, you're going to hold your hand kind of like this, so fingers are a little bit bent but spread apart. And once you go in for that first dip, if you can not move it, that's great. Anytime we move, we risk cracking the wax, and that means you get a less complete wrap. Be mindful of not touching the sides or the bottom because they're a little bit hotter. You'll dip to your wrist, and then you'll come out and let the wax dry. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Great. Come on up. How does that feel?
Good.
Nice, right? And then we're not dripping anymore, so you can dip again. Come on out. It's been 10 dips. Kenzie, how are you feeling?
Good.
Are you ready to come out of the wax? So I'm gonna wrap this around you. So this just kind of keeps the wax attached to your hand. And then we'll do a towel to keep the heat against your skin. We'll do one more layer of insulation to kind of hold that heat in there. Perfect. And then I'll have you kind of hold that together as we walk over here. So Kenzie, we'll leave that on for about 10 to 15 minutes total, but I'm going to leave you with that bell. If you decide that you are uncomfortable sitting there or you're ready to be done with the wax, go ahead and ring it. I'm going to check back on you in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? Thanks. Kenzie, how are we doing?
Good.
The wax is getting a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Does it still feel warm?
Yes.
Great. So is it okay if we spend about 5 or 10 more minutes on this?
Yep.
I'll come back when we're ready to take off the wraps.
Okay.
Hey Kenzie, how are we doing?
Good.
Are we all finished?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Glad to hear it. So if you want to go ahead and come back over to the sink, I'll help you out of there. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So I'll have you just move your hand around to loosen that up. So Kenzie, you'll notice that your hand is a little bit pinker. You still have some of that nice residual heat. Things should feel moisturized from the mineral oil. What do you think?
It's nice.
You ready to move on to therapy with your hand feeling
Yes.
loose? Great.